Okay, cool. So this is a video tutorial for the Triceps Brachii for my cousin Erin, who's in Texas. Mwah. Love you, Erin. She asked me a question. Her biceps were getting toned, but her triceps were not, or as she put it, I still have stuff swinging. So we're going to do some exercises for the Triceps Brachii, and just to give you a little bit of what's going on there, the biceps muscle on the top of the arm is about 30% of the mass of the upper arm, and the biceps brachii, which connects your scapula, your shoulder blade, and your humerus, the big bone that makes up your upper arm, is 70% of the upper arm mass. And it connects right in here, and it breaks into three pieces. In the medial, right near the torso, connects on the inside of the arm. The lateral, on the outside of the body, connects on the outside of the elbow, and then the center triceps connects right in the middle. And so these two on the outside are the ones that are responsible for bringing the elbow back. And there's not many things we do during the day and our regular activities that create that. So oftentimes that muscle gets neglected. The one in the center actually is the one that does the eccentric contraction and helps to bring the elbow back in. So we're going to do some tricep dips, different ways, and some kickbacks and things that you can do to sculpt and tone that muscle. I know the ladies want to sculpt and tone, the guys want to make them bigger. Totally different exercises if you want to get big muscles or if you want to get sculpted and toned. So here we go. We're gonna come back here. Little station that I set up. I had to put the microphone on because you could not hear me when I tried this before. So a couple of things. You really only need a chair or the floor, and so you can add weights. I'm going to show you how to do that. And so the first one we're going to do is tricep dips, and I hope you can see me. So you just take a chair. You're going to sit on the chair, and there we go. Place your hands on the edges of the chair, so you don't want one that has arms on it, and then just scoot off of the chair. Cannot hear me, there we go. Okay, still having sound difficulties. Scoot off on the edge of the chair, and then just bend the elbows and go as low as you can, and do about 10 of those, and take a rest. And while you're resting is a good time to stretch. So you're just going to bring the elbow up, pull back, stretch both sides, and you can repeat that again. If you want to add more to it, when you get a little more advanced, there's a couple of different ways to do that. One is to take one foot off the floor and then do your dips. Wow. Do your dips. Here we go. Turn off. Okay, we can edit that part out. Alright. So try this again. One more advanced way you can do it is by taking one foot off the floor and dipping as low as you can go, and then try the other side. And then another more advanced way, keep both legs straight. This one much harder on that one, so you can do like sets of 10 of each of those, rest in between. Do one set to begin with, and then add more sets as you get a little bit stronger. You can also do this just sitting on the floor if you don't have an appropriate chair. So let's see if my microphone will keep working. If If you just sit on the floor, what you want to do is point your fingertips towards your hips and then bend your knees at a 45-degree angle and press your pelvis up towards the ceiling and then dip. And these can also be done with one foot in the air, one at a time. Wouldn't want to do two. So that's another one. We're really working on that triceps brachii. Couple other good ones. If you have a set of dumbbells, you can do the kickbacks. And what you want to do is keep your feet about hip width apart, parallel, so the toes are pointed straight forward. Just slightly flex in the knees and pike your body forward. Sound difficulties. Pike your body forward and bring your elbows right next to your rib cage and then move back. And keep the elbows stationary. So you don't want to lift the elbows or drop them down. Just leave them right there. Bring it to your shoulder, kick back. Bring it up, kick back. And I grabbed 8-pound weights. You can do much lighter to begin with. Again, sets of 10. And do 10 reps and do 3 sets when you work up to it. Another one, you can, if you have real light weights, you can use both of them. If you grabbed a little bit heavier pair of weights, you can just use one and you bring it up past the crown of your head and you're gonna drop it back. Make sure that your upper arms stay right next to your ears, so we're not flopping them out to the sides. Keep them right next to your ears. Then you're isolating. You'll feel it mostly on the lateral side of the tricep. And again, 10 reps, 3 sets, and one more way that you can get the triceps brachii. This is going to be tricky with this microphone. So if you have a bench and a weight, you can use that, or a small table will work. Anything that you can use as a bench, you can use. You can go to the gym and do it too. But so I have a body bar. So these are weighted, but you can also use just regular weights with the plates on the ends, and you're just gonna lay down on the bench and take your bar. You're gonna grab it pretty close. So bring your hands, I'm gonna turn it so you can see, they're pretty close. They're not out wide. So it's not like a bench press. You're gonna grab it pretty close. And then you're gonna bend the elbows so that the bar goes kind of over your head. And this one's pretty light, so that's pretty easy to do. If your weights are a little heavier, you can just bring it kind of by the forehead and bring it up. They call it a skull crusher for obvious reasons. But this one's light, so I'm gonna bring it over my head. And then if you wanna add more, you just drop it down past the bench, bring it back to the head, and then up over the crown of the head, drop it back, crown of the head, and up. So down, 2, and bring it up. Down, 2, bring it up. So there's modifications. You can do it any way that you want to, but again, the hands have to be pretty close on this one. And if you're building, if you want to build mass, you just add a lot more weight. This is a really good one to build mass. Again, usually the guys want to do that. and the girls kind of stay away from it. But if you did want to build mass, you just add a lot more weight, and you keep your hands close. You go to the bench press, and same action right there. Okay, so that is one more way. And also, just some more modifications. If you don't have weights, if you don't have dumbbells, you can use water bottles and fill them with water or sand. Just an empty water bottle, fill it with sand. Those could be your weights. And again, you can do a lot of these things even if you don't have any weights. So there we go, triceps brachii. And also remember, after you've worked them out, they can be pretty weak in the beginning, especially if you haven't done anything. Make sure that you're stretching them after you work them out. It helps to release some of the lactic acid that builds up when you're working the muscles, so we really want to stretch those out. And then another way that you can do it is just to bring the hands back. And I like to turn the palms down because I feel more contraction in the muscle when I do that. Some people turn the thumbs up and that gets more of the medial, the inside. Okay, this gets more of the lateral, and I feel like the lateral is where we need to get more work. So let me see what's going on here with the computer. All right, biceps, sorry, not your biceps. Biceps, again, 30%, 70%. We want to get those, that 70%. That's going to be the biggest part of the arm workout, and a lot of times we neglect the most important part. So love you, Erin. Hope that you got some good information from this. And if anyone else who is watching this, if you have a question you want me to answer, just put it in the comments, and I'd love to do that. So, all right, peace. Love you.